Hey friends and family, this is SP News Nuggets, and today you guys, we've got an update. Well, we don't have an update, but we have two kids that's missing in the Florida area, right over there by they're saying by the White House area in Jacksonville, Florida. So you guys, we're going to give you guys the information of the brother and the sister that is missing, and then I'm going to share some of the commentary of what the family has said. So here we go.
Starts right now with a breaking news alert.
We are following local breaking news. An Amber Alert issued for two children here in Jacksonville on the west side. Police need your help finding 66-year-old Braxton Williams and 4-year-old Bria Williams. Good evening. The Amber Alert just came out in the last 45 minutes.
We cut into our normal programming, and we've been sending you push alerts as well to keep you updated. Here's a map. Take a look of where the search is now underway. Jacksonville police are looking for Braxton Williams and Bria Williams in the White House neighborhood. We're told it's Paradise Village mobile home on Beaver Street. News 4 Jax reporter Allison Henning is live where police are staging. Allison, this is a very active scene. Tell us about it.
Janice, it is. I don't know if you can hear it, but there is a police helicopter flying over the area right now as the sun goes down. There's a spotlight coming down from it. I'm sure police are trying to cover as much ground as they can before we lose all daylight. There's still a little bit left before the sun is completely down. I've seen that police helicopter going nonstop for the past half hour to 45 minutes, circling throughout this area. Loss of JSO as well as JFRD out here driving throughout this Paradise Village mobile home park, as well as out on West Beaver Street. I want to try and show you, Mark, if we can pan over to my computer here. I pulled this up because it's interesting to see. It appears they're focusing on the wooded area surrounding this mobile home park. This is kind of what we're looking at right here, is this wooded area just north of where this mobile home park is, and that appears to be where the helicopters as well as the drones seem to be focusing tonight. They're still circling throughout that area, just seeing if they can see anything as the sun goes down. I know the spotlights are pretty bright as they continue searching for 6-year-old Braxton Williams and 5-year-old Bria Williams. They were both reported missing around 1:30 this afternoon. Police say they were last seen playing out in front of a home around 11:30 this morning. Braxton was last seen wearing a red sweater and blue jeans. Bria was last seen wearing a gray sweater with a multicolored writing on it. JSO says the 6-year-old is said to be on the autism spectrum, but he does communicate with others. Again, the search continuing as the sun goes down tonight. JSO's helicopter flying overhead. Still a heavy police presence out here in this neighborhood, as well as people in the community out searching. I'm imagining a lot of them are probably in the wooded area right now. We're going to head over to the other side of this complex where I can see down the road there appears to be more police as well as JFRD down there. So we'll head over that way and see what is going on over there. And we, of course, will keep you updated with anything we learn on scene. At this point, we haven't heard from JSO whether or not we will be getting a briefing, but as soon as we do, we will let you know. Reporting live, Allison Henning, Channel 4, the local station.
Allison, have they said anything at all, or have you heard at all from family members or anyone that knows these two little kids?
Janice, not at this point. I have been trying to speak with people who are pulling up and going, leaving this area. As you saw, there's crime tape here behind me. From what some neighbors who live in this area, they say there were family members beyond this crime tape, so not in an area where we'd be able to go talk to them at this point. But as I mentioned, there's another scene over on the west side of this complex, so we're going to head over there and see if there's any family members over there who we can talk with.
Allison, could you describe to us that scene right there? I see the police tape behind you. You say people are pulling up. How big is this scene? Are people from the community going in and out to help, or is this just pretty much locked down and it's all police behind that tape that's behind you there?
There are definitely people from the community, and I'm assuming probably this neighborhood beyond the tape. They're not letting us go beyond the tape, but I have seen cars that are not detectives or JSO or JFRD going beyond the tape. I've also seen several people who appear to be folks who live live in this community obviously very concerned as this active search is going on. They're carrying around these flyers, handing them out, just getting these pictures out to as many people in the community as they can of 6-year-old Braxton and 5-year-old Bria Williams, both seen around 11:30 this morning playing in front of a home, likely in this area, as police have this whole section of this mobile home park blocked off tonight. But that's what we're seeing right now. And again, the helicopter flying overhead still.
And then another question, Allison, show us that map one more time, because you mentioned to us the
Sure.
area.
We're going to show the map.
Yes, that you just mentioned that to us about that large wooded area that's behind this property. If you could just show us that one more time.
Yeah. So just to explain, this right here, this is West Beaver Street, all right? And the mobile home park is this area right here. And you can see all of this wooded area, both on the north side as well as the west side of this property and surrounding. And it's pretty dense. We're, maybe one block into this community, and it's pretty large, pretty expansive. So that's where we're seeing the police helicopter flying throughout this area here, and also just flying low throughout all of these other areas, just focusing. I'm sure the woods appear to be pretty dense. I mean, you can see it on this overhead map, but just from the ground where I'm looking, it looks to be pretty dense, so not sparse woods at all. So,
Allison, on the left side of the screen right there, it
Yeah.
looks like there might be some sort of water. I can't tell if those look like little streams or small bodies of water. Have you seen any indication they're trying to go toward water at all? Police?
I haven't seen that. I've only seen drones and helicopters, as well as canine units going throughout the wooded areas. It does appear to be some water. So again, that's kind of on the west side of this property. So we'll head over there and see if we can see any, dive crews or anything like that over there. But as for this east side of this complex, we don't see any of that over here.
Thank you, Allison. We're going to be checking in throughout the night. We appreciate the update, and we'll be in touch shortly.
And we're also following the developments happening on social media about this story.
Yeah, the News for Jax reporter Maggie Lorenz is on the way to the scene right now. We join her live on the phone. Maggie, what are people saying? We've seen a lot of people commenting about this big breaking story happening in the last hour.
Yes, Scott, absolutely. A big outpouring of love and concern on social media. People just hoping for the best that these two children, Bria and Braxton Williams, are found safe and as soon as possible. Like you mentioned, my photographer and I, we are driving right now to the neighborhood. He's driving, so I am safely on my phone and my laptop in the passenger seat, reading all of the comments and messages that are coming across our social media pages. Many of the earlier comments from the evening are from people wondering about an Amber Alert, wondering if one was going to be sent out. But like we had mentioned, law enforcement within the last hour did send out an Amber Alert for these two children, Bria and Braxton Williams. People commenting, they're praying, saying they want these children to be found as soon as possible. One woman who lives in White House, she commented on our Facebook page saying that she hears the helicopters overhead, writing that no child that age should be near Beaver Street alone. She says it's a very dangerous road, and other people underneath her comment are saying that they also hear the helicopters in this area, so it's very clear law enforcement is covering as much ground as possible, like Allison mentioned. So far, I have not seen on social media any comments from people who say they know this family or these children, and I have not seen comments from people claiming to be family members, but I'm trying to scour to see if anyone recognizes these children, knows them, is neighbor to them, and I'm trying to find that as quickly as possible. Again, we are on the way to the neighborhood. Reporter Allison Henning and myself will bring you live reports from the neighborhood and any information we get as quickly as possible.
Hey, Maggie, just so viewers know, if they want to reach out to you because you're going to be out in the area, what is a good way to get in touch with you if they have maybe some important information and would like directly communicate with you when you're out on the scene?
Yes, absolutely. So my Facebook page that they can directly message me, leave a comment on, is WJXT4 Maggie Lorenz, last name Lorenz. That's my Facebook page. Also, my Twitter handle can be found as that. I also have access to the Channel 4 Facebook account, so I'm reading all of those messages and comments as we get them in real time coming across that page as well.
Important